The club and the venue and the music industry is dying. It's like on its way out. It's dead. And that's why you are seeing all these operation costs getting passed on to the entertainment, to the acts, to the DJs and the bands and stuff like that. If your business is not profitable or is not as profitable as it was, you need to find creative revenue streams to basically, keep your business afloat. Really all the clubs have now today is alcohol. But as we all know, the younger generations, the younger crowds, they're not drinking as much as they used to. They're coming because they want an experience. They're coming because they want to be able to show pictures and videos and tell their friends of the cool night that they had the night before and feel exclusive and feel like, they're in on some hot shit that people don't know anything about. And to be honest, the average everyday club and bar and lounge is not offering that. They're offering mid decor on a budget and alcoholic drinks. But now we're seeing the rise of this bar minimum thing, where the bar or the venue makes up a number that they want to make for the night in revenue at their bar. This may not even be a number that they make historically, on a Friday night or a Saturday night. They know that on an average night, they're probably doing around 12 grand in drinks, but your bar minimum is now 17. And so if the bar doesn't reach that bar minimum, now you as the act who is providing the entertainment, who is doing the marketing, who is leveraging your audience, paying for the ads, curating the experience, has to go and dig into your pocket to give this arbitrary number to the venue just because they have a venue. Just because they have a name, just because they're in a location that is favorable. That was their upper hand. Basically, that was the only ace in the hole that they had against the DJ industry. But let me tell you something. Adversity breeds ingenuity. If nothing else happens in this world, people are still going to want to party. People are still going to want to dance. People are still going to want to congregate. And people are still going to want to have a good time. We've been doing that since we could sit around a fire, and cook food as early humans. So I say all that to say that no matter what, DJs are still going to be able to make parties. We're still going to have events, and we see it happening with the rise of pop-up events, with outdoor festivals, with, sets in unconventional spaces like roller rinks and gas stations and convenience stores and grocery stores and fucking hell, even the dry cleaners is a spot to have a set. So venues, y'all need to start acting right. And DJs, you guys need to start realizing how much fucking power you have. Me personally, I've decided that I'm not prioritizing my efforts and energies into playing clubs and bars and venues and whatnot anymore, especially within Washington, D.C. The market is oversaturated. I I hate that term. Like, I hate that phrase. Oh, the market is oversaturated. Especially when I was an esthetician. Like, there's an esthetician on every corner. Yes, there's a DJ on every corner. And no, not every DJ can play a set like you. Not every, person is going to be able to give that special and unique thing that only you have to your, like, artistry as a DJ. That is very true. But no one is ever going to see that artistry. No one is ever going to appreciate that talent if you have to shout over 20 amateurs or people who are just okay with getting whatever to get to where you want to be. So you have to create your own spaces. You have to open your own door. So yeah, if I get to play some clubs in my area, like, I'm super happy about it. I'm excited. There's nothing like playing in a club. There's nothing like a dark room, dark hot room full of people, who are dancing and pulsating to the same groove, who've got their hands up in the air, that are like filling your set, like they're filling your vibe, they're filling your music. There's no other feeling like that. I love it. But I'm also going to start thinking outside the box. I'm going to start looking at some not just like businesses, because I'm tired of feeding to the capitalist machine. We're going to be out in nature. We're going to have like underground shit again, where it's in in a warehouse or in the woods, or in an abandoned parking garage somewhere, and you have to be on the text list to get invited. That's the type of shit that is making a resurgence. And on top of that, you keep all of your money. It is nothing to hire a mobile bartender that will bring their own drinks, bring their own cups, mixers, cocktails, signature drinks, and whatever, and curate your own space if you want alcohol. Also, when you're doing your own guerrilla shit, you don't gotta worry about permits. You gotta worry about getting permission from the government or from whatever, or paying somebody who has absolutely no hand in the creation and ideation or actual execution of your event, paying them money just so you can have permission to do something. All this land is stolen. All this land is stolen. And you're telling me I have to pay a government to have a party? F that noise. Rebel. Fuck that shit. So, yeah, like, DJs, be empowered. Event promoters, be empowered. You can have your alcohol. You can have your greenery if you want. You can have access to private land, and people can dress and wear however they want and be whatever they want in that moment. So DJs and like DJs, you've got the power. You always have. You always have. DJs, you've got the power, and you always have. And venues, you need to start being more respectful of the acts that come into your, into your clubs and your venues. Build relationships with them that extend longer than just, 1 week to see if the party does well and they pack out your spot. That's very vulture type behavior. It's giving, I don't know how to run my business and market my business, or I don't want to put the effort into running my business, so I want to pass off the responsibility onto somebody else. As someone who is an entrepreneur for a long time before becoming a DJ, that's pure laziness. That's pure laziness. I went to Montgomery College over 10 summers, 10, 15 summers ago. Over 10 or 15 summers ago, and took a entrepreneurship course that cost me maybe $350, $400. And it was like a 2-month-long course, 3-month-long course. I got a certification, but I learned how to create my profit and loss statement. I learned how to create a business plan and a marketing plan. I learned how to go to banks and venture capitalists to ask for money and startup money for my business. Did I get any of that shit? No, because I'm a black woman in America, and it's really, really hard. And kudos to the black women who make it happen, especially the ones who aren't, neurodivergent and on the spectrum and struggling with a whole bunch of PTSD and other traumas. So kudos to you guys. But venue owners need to start running their business like any other business, not just like a cool niche entertainment type of thing. If you're not niching down your brand, if you're not clear on the identity of the clients that you want coming into your door, if you aren't clear on the kind of acts and people that you want coming in, not just the people who are paying you money, no one is going to recognize what they need to know you for and for why, and to have a consistent brand. The resident DJ is dead. And to be honest, I'm tired of the residents that I see around here, because it's the same residents at every single club. And the locals and the startup acts get the Wednesday night. They get the owner looking at them crazy, or not. They get the owner scrutinizing them to see how well they perform. And if they don't perform and come with a bunch of audience members and sponsors, then they push you aside for the next 2-cent DJ. That's not building longevity. That's not building identity. That's not building a career. And it sure is not a heck way to get long-term money. In my opinion. What do I know? I'm still struggling. And don't look at me like I never want to... Car accident. I never want to be looked at as if I'm an expert. I'm just a hoe who knows some shit, and has had some experiences that, I'm just sharing with others.